If you run a local factory, it is incredibly tempting to look at global sustainability mandates and think that they only apply to the megacorporations. A new barrier to entry has emerged in the B2B market. Old-school corporate social responsibility is being phased out, replaced by a much more rigorous set of requirements. The old model functioned outside of the actual business. A company could dump wastewater into a river all week, plant a few trees on Saturday for a photo op, and call it a success. Buyers and regulators are no longer accepting this kind of disconnected charity. The new standard is ESG integration. Environmental, social, and governance metrics are now baked directly into the core method of how a company makes its money, from the initial raw material to the final delivery. Failing to make this shift creates a fundamental risk for future growth. Adopting these standards is becoming a prerequisite for market access, as major buyers begin to treat sustainability data with the same scrutiny as financial records. By 2050, global regulations and major investors are legally forcing multinational corporations to hit net zero carbon emissions. Scope 1 and 2 cover emissions from the corporation's own factories. The real pressure is Scope 3, accounting for every external supplier's footprint. This domino effect passes pressure from the global giant down to regional manufacturers and finally to the local packaging plant. This supply chain pressure makes global mandates an existential threat to local operations. When the Cascade reaches your facility, a failure to provide data results in being permanently removed from the vendor list. Surviving the corporate cascade requires an SME to operationalize the 3 pillars of ESG, turning them into specific performance upgrades for the shop floor. In the environment pillar, or E, sustainability is synonymous with lean manufacturing. Eliminating physical waste and optimizing machine energy directly slashes overhead costs. The social pillar, or S, functions as a form of risk management. Paying fair wages and maintaining a record of 0 workplace accidents prevents the kind of public relations disasters that destroy brand value. Finally, governance, the G, provides a verifiable trust mechanism. Implementing ISO quality standards and anti-corruption protocols proves to external auditors that your internal procurement is clean and reliable. These 3 core pillars act as financial safeguards. They protect the bottom line and guarantee reliability for your buyers, shifting the business away from short-term gains toward long-term stability. We can see the financial return on this integration by looking at Siam Artisan Bakery. They were trying to renew a contract with a global hotel chain, but a competitor came in with a price that was 15% cheaper. Instead of cutting their margins to match the price, the bakery submitted hard ESG data. They proved a 40% reduction in food waste by using real-time thermal monitoring in their ovens. They backed that up with evidence of local farm partnerships for 0 landfill waste, 2 years of 0 workplace accidents, and a system capable of tracking any batch of flour within 15 minutes. Faced with the 15% discount from the competitor, the hotel chain chose to renew with the bakery at the original, higher price. The hotel chain needed the bakery's waste reduction data to bolster their own sustainability report for European investors. This data acted as a shield against the price war, allowing the supplier to charge a compliance premium. The first step for any business owner is to establish baseline environmental data. Install meters to track water, electricity, and waste, because you cannot manage what you do not measure. Next, these metrics must be tied directly to the performance reviews of your factory managers. If sustainability isn't linked to compensation, true accountability will never take hold. Then, secure your external network. Establish a supplier code of conduct to audit your own Tier 1 suppliers, ensuring your operations aren't compromised by poor practices further down the chain. Maximizing short-term profit through unchecked waste or exploitation creates a fragile business model. Integrated sustainability acts as a safeguard, ensuring the business remains viable in an increasingly transparent global market.